In this video, we're going to teach our dogs how to spin. This one I find easiest to teach with a lure. So we're going to have our treats, we're going to have our clicker, we're going to have our dog. Dustin, come. Come on. So I'm going to start with my dog either sitting or standing right in front of me. I'm going to take this treat and hold it right in front of their nose. I'm going to spin it in a circle and click and treat when he gets halfway. Immediately put a second treat in front of his nose. And then click and treat when he gets all the way around. Now this is a trick that you can practice on both sides. So we can teach our dog to spin this direction. And then the other direction that we did first. Most dogs are going to have an easier time with one direction over the other. That's fine. Not the end of the world. Practice both. You're going to want to move this treat fast enough that your dog is moving. But you see right here how he sat down in the middle? That's not quite what we want. We want him up the whole time so it becomes one fluid motion. As your dog learns to spin halfway and then back around, that's good. You're going to be ready to move on to step 2. Step 2, you're going to have the treat in your hand and you are just going to do one big circle. You click as soon as your dog comes back to you. Or say yes. If you don't have a clicker, you're using a verbal marker, you just say yes. So we're holding our treat right in front of our dog's nose. We're moving it fast enough that they go in a circle, but not so fast that they do that type of thing. So right in front of our dog's nose, nice and flat along the ground, all the way back here, and then we click, and he gets the treat. So every time that he hears the click, he also gets the treat. Now, if your dog is doing that very, very easily, we're going to move on to step 3. So you're going to lure him with an empty hand. So I have the treat right here in my left hand with my clicker. I'm luring him with my right hand. I'm going to put this right in front of his nose. Okay, come on. I'm going to spin him in a circle just like I was. I'm going to click and treat at the exact same times. The only difference between step 2 and step 3 is that this hand is now empty. Ready? Come. Touch. So click and treat. Then as your dog gets better at this, you're going to say spin. Good. Oops. Oops. He thought I threw it. Let's try again. Ready? Spin. And this treat, this hand now has no treat. The treat is in my left hand. I'm saying spin, and I'm moving my hand in a circle. As he gets better and better at this, you can turn this into a spin, into less and less of a hand motion so that he's just doing it. Spin. So that he's just doing it on a verbal or hand signal. Now, this process is the exact same for the other side. You do a full spin with the treat in your hand. Do a few of these once your dog is really good. You do a full spin without the treat in your hand. Once your dog is really good at this, you're going to add a verbal cue. Dustin's verbal cue for this set is twirl. Twirl. You add a hand signal. You slowly fade that lure. Oops. He didn't like that. He got a piece of kibble in with his hot dog, so had to analyze for a minute. Okay. So left side, twirl. Just like the right side, we're slowly getting rid of that lure, that big lure around, and we're just doing a much smaller hand signal. So that is how you teach your dogs to spin on both sides. Hope you have fun.